Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Avadon 3, the Warborn. We are in Avadon, in the Tower of Trials to be precise, second floor, and we're probably going to be greeted by more monsters spawning in, maybe? There used to be some treasure here. When you step on the rune you feel what? Your feet tingle. Oh, that rune. Oh yeah, there are actually enemies here, and also these things had been coming after me, which I failed to realize. Okay. Skeletal flingers. Those are ranged creatures, which always sucks. Should I make use of the fact that they haven't yet moved? Maybe? I feel like it might be worthwhile to use that against them. Okay, that one was close enough so that he felt the need to run up to me. But now at least they should be dealing less damage with their throwing weapons. Or, I don't know what they're actually doing. I guess they're throwing bones at me or something. Throwing me a bone, as it were. Get fire basilisks. No, fire lizards and a basilisk. I guess I'm going to go with strike. A double strike again, to be exact. Not just any strike. These enemies, thankfully... Oh. I almost spoke too soon. He's also regenerating. Why is he regenerating? Must be some sort of... Oh, maybe it's because he actually ran through the regenerating field there. I guess I'm going to take out these things first. Except unfortunately that one survived. Well, these enemies are not dealing very much damage, but then of course there's the basilisk, which is the real problem. So I just took 2 entire enemy turns worth of attacks. That sucks. Okay, I did get rid of that guy. That's probably what saved me if I end up surviving this. Actually, this is going to last for 4 more turns, which is better than I had hoped, or had feared rather. I also did not finish off this lizard, hoping that I might repost it. Yeah, I still have the chance. I'm also about to die, so I guess I have to heal. Which is a shame because it's a turn wasted that I could have used attacking under the effects of double strike. However, I am ready to cast that again already. Also, something I should have done earlier. Should have started moving towards those skeletons. But I think I should... Oh, that one? Yeah. I can reach the first one. Okay, I'm out of double strike. I think with 4 enemies remaining, it's still worth using that. Let's see here. I can also... Oh, that's only 4 turns to recover, actually. I don't think I paid enough attention to that. That's actually really good. So I'm going to heal first. So, yeah, I should be able to make it. Actually, this turned out not to be quite as bad as I first thought. I mean, I was lucky. I could have been stunned more than once by that basilisk. It could have simply not come into melee range. And in that case, I don't know what I would have done. Not a whole lot I could have done. Or I could not have killed it, and it could have stunned me again. You know, all kinds of things could have gone wrong. Of course, I didn't have to fight both the skeletons and the basilisks at the same time to begin with. At least I don't think. I don't think so. One of the old Rise of Avadon was doing something up here, and he fell victim to an unfortunate circumstance. Maybe he accidentally triggered a trap or magical device. Then the skeletons appeared and repeatedly punctured him. There's a key hanging from a chain on his belt. You take it. Okay. So, an actual eye went missing. That rune apparently has spent its power. Also, well, we're going to see if I'm... Yeah, looks like I'm actually on the top floor. Interesting. Rage Totem, ooh. I mean, the effects aren't great, but it is a totem that is automatically active. Right. Extra parry and repose chains. I mean, the extra repose chains stacks up very nicely with my already existing one. Now my inventory is really getting full. Dragon's Claw, oh! And we get something more for Nicodemus. Nice. Very nice rewards, all in all. I don't know what that key might be good for. Special items. Nightshade key, Curator key, Zetra key? Oh, prison key. Ah, many doors in the Avadon prisons. Ooh, okay. A truly corrupt hand. Could sell it for really quite a lot of money. Huh. I don't think. Oh, I could sell that to that one prisoner, maybe? Wasn't there a prisoner I could talk to who wanted to... I don't even know what. Oh, he was hoping for me to release him. No, that guy was broken. He wouldn't pay me for the key, I don't think. I don't think I know who I could sell it to at this point. Not that I want to, mind you. There's also this room that I could unlock. Oh, wait. That just opened now? This is not my room, though. And why I'm allowed to take that one curing brew but not the other stuff is anyone's guess. These chainmail boots are also fair game, so... Alright. Not this stuff, though. I'm pretty sure this used to be locked and required a lockpick to open. If not more than one. So that's a bit strange. Also... right, of course. The library tower. Now the thing is, my inventory is not looking too good. Actually, come to think of it, I didn't try if this anvil is actually functional. If so, I might use that. Oh yeah. Oh! Interesting. Can I actually move items around? That makes no sense if that's the case, but I'm gladly going to take that chance. Huh. I mean, it looks like it. Composite bow would go to Kalita? Huh. Yeah, that makes absolutely no sense. Actually, yeah, composite bow, not compost bow, does deal more damage. It does not give her the extra protection, though. I wonder... who else can use bows? Not you. Only Nathalie, right? And she has this one. So maybe I'm going to give her this, even though composite bow is deemed more valuable by the game, but... Oh well. Enduring breastplate. If anyone can use that, it's Kalita. The dexterity is probably going to go to my Shadow Walker colleague. Missile damage. Likewise. Who's hoarding the ones here? She is. I mean, I could take some ones with me. Actually, I could take some from her. From Nathalie, that is. One of lightning with one charge. Actually, that's kind of terrible. Might as well sell that. I'm going to give that to Nathalie just to make some room, basically. Actually, I'm going to give her all of these. I don't really want to deal with I don't really want to deal with enchanting right now. You have the croupial, yes. Actually, I gave some to her, didn't I? Yeah, sure did. Also messing up my buttons here. Blessing crystal. He has those. Going to hold on to this and this. Recuperation crystal. It's also Rudos. Scroll of lightning. It's to her. Nice. And this howling lance, last but not least. I guess I decided that she's going to use one-handed weapons, huh? He's not, though. Okay. So that should be better. No, it's not. Nowhere near. Also, Path of the Berserker. I don't even know. I think that's only warrior. Anyway, I'm going to give that to him, and this as well. And I'm never going to use this, so... Okay, cool. I did not expect to be able to do that, and again, it makes no sense whatsoever. I cannot level them up, because as soon as I close the inventory, yeah, I have no access to their character sheets or anything. And I can't just do this, no, I cannot switch through characters with the number keys as I could in the inventory screen. So yeah, I doubt that that's actually even intentional. It's probably just a quirk of the engine or something. But I'll gladly take it. I was prepared to sell off some stuff actually, but I'm more comfortable just shuffling it around for now and sorting it out sometime later. Anyway, so now we're here. We have room in our inventory, everything's good. We're supposed to step on this rune? Oh. Or, I guess that was unrelated. You enter the library tower. For centuries, books and scrolls on all imaginable topics have been piled up here. Have been piled up here. The halls are kept dry and cool so that the works can endure. Runes are etched into the floors, bearing spells that scare off bookworms and other pests. Oh, literal bookworms, I suppose. Alas, the magical books and scrolls stored up here bear a certain amount of chaotic residual magic. That's why you can see through the windows to the west defensive turrets. Those turrets are working correctly. You hope the magic here didn't disrupt any of the others. Well, when we were here the last time, all those turrets were actually malfunctioning and had to be destroyed. Which is not really that much of a problem, considering that we're a Tinker Mage. Actually, I can just take all this stuff. No one's looking. No one comes up here anyway, apparently. Not if they can help it. So why have any superfluous decoration? And of course, the flingers are going rogue. But after what I can only assume was the completely optional and probably relatively difficult, or supposed to be difficult, Tower of Trials. I mean, the name would imply that, right? That it's supposed to be a kind of a challenge at this point in the game, but that was easy enough. So obviously the main quest should not pose much of a difficulty here. Right. Okay. So we are supposed to find out where the books that we are looking for are by looking at these catalogs. There's a rat standing at the end of the hall. Standing? Okay. Facing away from you. The magic of this place has affected the rodents. They're really big. Then the thing senses you. It turns around and you see that its eyes are glowing a bright red. It drools and squeaks. The alien sounds it makes sound like crude attempts at speech. Then it gives up on its poignant attempts to talk to you and it just lunges at you instead. Nice. Twisted mage rat. Cool. I cannot reach it normally, but I can shoot it. Oh, and it's trying to do something. Probably something nasty. I cannot reach it again, so I'm gonna shoot it once more. Okay. Thankfully, none of its attacks actually succeeded. Thankfully, or unfortunately, maybe I should say. Because if I end up facing more than one of those, I'm not sure how dangerous they're going to be. Well, there we go. 2 at once. 3 at once. If that one is going to come. So they can do what? What was that supposed to be? Poison? Acid? One of those. Okay. Right, they can heal. That's not immediately threatening though. Also, I have no idea what that rat was trying to achieve there. Or is trying to achieve. It's very strange. I don't know if the AI is just malfunctioning or if it's supposed to act erratically every once in a while. Okay, I got knocked back and snared, unfortunately. But only temporarily. I had noticed earlier that these kinds of crowd control effects or negative effects in general seem to have a shorter duration than they used to in the previous games. Okay, I'm now what, burning? Oh, burning ground. Yes, that explains that. These are all just twisted mage rats, but they seem to have a rather large assortment of different attacks that they can use. Also, I'm immobile, unable to move at all. Right? Yeah. But I can shoot it. Of course, I am going to take some fire damage, but it seems manageable for the time being. Also, I can move again. So I'm going to make my way around that way. Missed. What was that? War Curse. Vulnerability Curse. Okay. Also still burning. I hope this is okay. Oh, I took a lot of damage there, but I should be able to kill it now. Unless I miss. Okay, that was a bit of a gamble. Probably an unnecessary one, but oh well. Took it anyway. That's not a hidden switch? No, apparently not. Strange. At this point it seems like the majority of those baskets of that type were actually switches. Okay, maybe I should have looted those... Wait, that gate is closed. Did I not pull that wheel? Okay, I didn't actually mean to trigger anything down here, or didn't expect to, but something spawned there. You step on a pile of rubble waiting to be swept away. Oh, the rubble is waiting to be swept away. Gotcha. It makes a loud crunch. A moment later, a shade appears in front of you. It's an insubstantial humanoid form, crafted from raw magic. It raises a vague indication of a finger to where its lips should be. You hear shh. You brace yourself for an attack, but the shade just floats there, watching you. You have activated some forgotten magical automatic librarian, and it's now following you. Awesome. I assume that it turns hostile if I make any noise. That would be annoying. Inferno bolts. Wait a second, did I accidentally... Yeah, I did accidentally put the lightning scroll in here. Okay, did I not turn this wheel? Oh, apparently not. Can I not? Okay. Please tell me that this thing is going to let me through. Thank you. Oh, that would have sucked. Not a switch. Nothing here. Is this rubble that will make noise? Maybe. Okay, that apparently didn't make any noise, huh? I don't know. Maybe it's not actually hostile. I cannot talk to it. Huh. And it's not following me? What's the point? There's gotta be some point. Oh, you step on another pile of rubble. Oh. Wait. Again, the shade goes shh. It's louder this time and angrier. These constructs are meant to enforce the library's rules. You wonder how far it's willing to go to do so. Well, it spawned as soon as I stepped here. But this is super close to the stairs down to the level where I actually need to be. So by the time you trigger it, unless there's a chance to trigger it much earlier, you're almost done with the floor, so... Still want to see what actually happens here. You wince as you hear another loud crunch. Yeah, completely accidental. Whoops. Again, a pile of rubble has noisily shifted underfoot. The shade makes a shh sound again. This time, however, it elevates its response. You doubt that the shade was meant to kill those who make too much noise. Alas, spells like this, when left alone for years, can grow dangerously unreliable. Welp. I guess it's tough. Also, it can call back up. I should have used this in preparation anyway. Sure, double strike. Oh wow, that was a one-shot. I mean, it was a little bit hurt, but still, nice. Easy peasy. More Inferno Bolt scrolls. Some extra experience, I suppose. And one less dangerous ghost. Oh, that was just to teach me this mechanic. Gotcha. This is a new catalog placed up here recently. Protoss must have ordered a new inventory of the contents of this tower. The first 50 or so pages list the works stored in this wing. You flip through it, hunting for notes on the Warborn. You get lucky. Apparently, some redundant maps of enemy fortifications were brought up here a few months ago. The scrolls are labeled KWL312. 312. Okay. They are marked simply as unshelved. So they're just lying around somewhere? Or... it's not in here. This crate is full of scrolls, journals, and other dense clumps of information. It's all recent knowledge, probably relevant to the war, and sent up here to be temporarily stored. Alas, the stuff is not well organized. The rosters and maps have vague and confusing labels. You suspect that this is intentional. They want to keep spies from understanding what they are looking at. You flip through the stuff, but you don't learn anything interesting. Oh. This crate is... You search for anything labeled KWL312. Sure enough, you find a heavy scroll tube full of maps. None of the maps are clearly labeled, but the tube has the right identification. You put it in your pack. Nice. Okay. That was easy. I mean, really easy. Oh. Yep, okay. I was planning to fight this thing anyway. You know, just to secure this place. Double strike. Ouch. Wow. Okay, what now? Assuming my instructions are going to update again? Maybe? Maybe not? Your hair stands on end for a moment. It's a familiar sensation. You check the letter you got from Redbeard. It has changed again. Another instruction has appeared. Enter my private chambers in my tower and find a glass flask filled with sticky red fluid. I need it. Okay, filled with sticky red fluid, I need it. Someone in my tower can open the gate for you. The handwriting and punctuation of the message are increasingly erratic. I couldn't help but notice. Right. Suppose I'm going to get that stuff. I really hope I'll have a chance, I'll have the option not to give it, much rather confuse that bottle with a bottle of poison or something. Also, I haven't actually looked around here very carefully. Now have I? Let's actually talk to Lord Svarl. You are surprised to find an aging wretch sitting in Protoss's glorious hall. Well, I as a player am not very Surprised. Surprised. There it is. But yeah. He is gnawing his way through a rack of ribs. His robes are torn and stained. His hair is grey and his claws are cracked and dull. He gives you a cheery wave when you approach. Sure, he doesn't rise. Sure enough, no. Though he doesn't rise. I, Lord Svarl, envoy of High Lord Deathskull, mighty helper of Avadon, greet you. He starts to give a speech, thinks better of it, and returns to gnawing on a femur. What is a wretch doing in Avadon? Eating, he belches. Your food. Been here for years. Lean times for a while, but then that protest came. Food's better than it's ever been. He pats his round stomach. Look, I'm fat. It's a good thing. Not a lot of fat wretches these days. You've been here for years? 7 years now. I'm the only wretch here. Everyone used to me. Made lots of friends. The other people waiting roll their eyes. How did you get here? We rode, me and my guards. All can travel on the free roads. It's the law of the pact. Then all can come to Avadon. Lord Deathskull wants to send wretch. I say send me, 'cause I'm smart. Long time ago that was. You're an example of a smart wretch? This is pretty much the same conversation we've had with him in all 3 games, as far as I remember. Yes, look at this. He waves a bone at you. Could be in Wretchlands with other Warborn, taking orders from Tawan, getting hunted by Pact, killed by the thousands. Instead, I, Lord Svarl, am here, safe and with meat. Only problem, Protoss never see me. Only send hearts to ask me things. Protoss never learn how smart I am. So you're a lord? Yes, High Lord Deathskull says so. So it is. Lord among wretches, Svarl is. Well, congratulations. Tell me about this High Lord Deathskull. Is leader of mighty tribe protected by Avadon. We kept safe from war, if we give little bits of help. Me talking to Avadon made him mighty. Will make him mightier. Alright. You say that you help Avadon? I mean, I guess he kinda just explained. We help Avadon more than any other Warborn ever, and will help even more. He grabs a fresh rib off a waiting plate. Never get to talk to keepers, ever. So I wait here, talk to who I can, get little scraps for Warborn. What did Redbeard think of you? Think he not like me. Me sit 6 years, just a rock throw from his throne. He never talked to Svarl, not once. He not smart. That is why he got kicked out, I think. Right. Any luck with acting Keeper Protoss? Some luck. He never talked to me, nose and air like Redbeard, but he does send hearts. I tell them about High Lord Deathskull. They take our tribe in, protect us, use us for things. I like Protoss. He is smart. Also, food much better when he here. Why do you stay here? Svarl have more power than ever before. Svarl make changes for his tribe. That why Deathskull sent treasures to me. Used to bribe hands. Get work done. Get more good things for tribe. Get more good meals for Svarl. What if a hand was willing to help you? Svarl sighs. Sometimes hands say will help. I pay. They no get good help. Still I try. You look like good hand. Might help me for pay, but he leans close to you. He does not smell good. Here thing. I have thing to do. Think Protoss might not want. Need to be secret. Just you and me. No. I won't hide anything from my boss. As much as I like doing every possible side quest, but yeah, I guess I'm done here. That does not sound like something I want to necessarily get involved in. Hey, Overseer Levant. An elderly man of the Kva is slumped in this chair. His robes are clean but threadbare and torn. He has been in exile in Avadon for quite some time, and it has left him exhausted and demoralized. He still has enough energy to greet a Hand of Avadon. He goes into his speech, which he has given many times. Greetings, Envoy of Avadon. I am honored to meet you. I am Overseer Levant, master of the unfortunate Kva town of Goldcrag. Yeah, I know Goldcrag. Do I know Levant, actually? I'm not sure. The name doesn't really ring a bell. I've been here for some time, trying to get help for my sad, ruined village. I am a humble leader of the Kva, and we need your help. How did you come to be here? My poor town was near the Kva's border with the Wretchlands. When the war began, we were one of the first towns assaulted. Now we are on the front, constantly warred over by Pact and the Warborn. Our beautiful town is a battlefield, and all of our people fled. Where are Goldcrack's people now? In camps, on the safe side of enemy lines. We wait, we train, we are going to fight and take our town back. We are just waiting for help. Where did you go after Goldcrack was lost? Or where did you go, I suppose? I went to the camps to help my people. I got food and shelter for them. I reassured them. We found old warriors willing to train us so we could help retake our home. Then, with time, I saw I had to leave. I came to Avadon. Was the journey here dangerous? Happily no. I traveled here along the free roads, far from the enemy. At least one thing went well. Why did you leave the camp? I mean, we know. He did want to get help, right? Because we want to fight. We want to reclaim our home. However, we are poor and hungry. We are farmers and merchants. We can't take Goldcrack back and rebuild it without help. You're staying in Avadon now. Yes, but I will leave soon. Even if I can't get help. Guests are not tolerated forever. Well, the wretch is, for some reason. Other supplicants are waiting to take my pellet and wait for the Keeper's aid. Right. You're looking for help? Levant looks around to make sure nobody's spying. Then he leans close to you and whispers, I know who you are. You work with Redbeard. Acting Keeper Protus doesn't care about our humble little town, but Redbeard might. I've heard rumors. He has been seen near the Qua. Please, speak with him. Ask him to help us. We are eager to fight and to work, but we can't do it alone. Oh, and please keep this a secret. Don't tell Protus. You think Redbeard can help you? I do. He is old and eccentric, but he is powerful and cunning. Also, he needs allies very badly. I think something can be worked out. And even though this is extremely naive, why do I need to keep the secret? Levant chuckles. Politics. I've been around a long time. I know that Protus will be angry at me if he thinks I'm talking to his rival. He will retaliate. Doesn't matter. I'll take the risk for my people. Fair enough. Overseer in exile. Can do services for him. He might have work for you if you promise to keep it a secret. Yeah. Okay. It's not very specific. So no actual quest right now? For the time being? Strange. There's also Hardhana. Where have I heard that? Oh, of course. She's the fiancé of that... Wait. Fiancé? Yeah. Of that hand down in the gardens. Was she also a woman? Huh. I mean, sure. Why not? One of Protus's hearts is patrolling his tower. She walks through the corridors, looking through windows at the surrounding mountains and taking notes. An assistant occasionally catches up with her with a fresh report. She notices you as she walks by. She checks a scroll. You are Ayali, traveling with Redbeard. Questionable loyalty. Under observation. Yes. You can be in this tower. I am Hardhana. I offer you a late welcome to Avadon. Thanks, I guess. So you are a Heart of Avadon? That is my honor. Redbeard brought me here from the Qua. Asked for me personally. My family has some prestige in the Qua, and so we are expected to send many to serve. My service was acceptable. Thus, Protus chose to keep me around. With new responsibilities, I am honored. What did you do in the Qua? I was an inquisitor. I sought those who violated the Stone Code. A harsh life. I made many hard decisions. This appealed to Redbeard. How did Redbeard hear about you? His hands, eyes, and hearts are always looking for talented souls to bring to the Black Fortress, either voluntarily or by conscription. Of course, I chose to come here, enthusiastically. This sounds very familiar. I think I've talked to this person before. Maybe she was in Avadon too, and I just don't remember. Tell me about your family. We had wealth and position. In the Qua, however, such privileges are paid for with service. Our lands are occupied by the Warborn now. We have lost much. I am determined to take it back. What sort of service? Military, legal, charity. One measure of a family's value is how many of its children serve the people and the Pact. By being here, I serve the Pact and my family's prestige at the same time. It will help when the war ends and we rebuild. It helps our prestige that my family has given 2 daughters to the cause, me and my sister. Your sister? My sister is here. Envoy Duran, sent by Hanra's council to assist Avadon and Protus. Ah, sure. So she must have been here before. It's just that her name did not seem familiar at all. But her dialogue sure does. I'm pretty sure it's almost unchanged from previously, if not exactly the same. Anyway, Envoy Duran. Yeah, that must be the Duran who contacted you outside the Green Refuge, asking you to spy on Redbeard for her. We were on different sides once. Now we work together. I would be happy to tell you more about her. Sure, let's talk about Envoy Duran. I would be happy to. She has already told me about you. You are working for a dangerous rogue. Redbeard is falling and he is dragging you down with him. Yet we both have hope that you will be redeemed. She is a powerful woman now, even more so than me. I am happy for her. She seems sincere. She's powerful? She works for Hanvar's council. When the council has orders for Avadon, she delivers them. Then she reports back to them on Avadon's activity. That role gives her a huge amount of influence. And you work together now? Happily, yes. When I served Redbeard, she was not pleased. She saw Redbeard was a threat to the pact before I did. Now that we both work with Protoss, we get on very well. She asked me to do something. I'm sure she did. You're quite important in your own way. What did you want? Oh. Why? General information? I mean, if they're so close as she claims, her sister would tell her, would just tell her, right? I mean, or would have already told her, possibly, what her exact plans are. So I'd rather not say what she asked. Radhana is unconcerned. I trust my sister. When I need to know what she's doing, I will be told. What else should we discuss? Should I help her? I think so. It won't affect Redbeard either way, but it will earn you a powerful ally. It's a savvy move. Of course you would say that. What do you do for Avadon? As a Heart, I advise Acting Keeper Protoss directly. The rest of the time, I am searching the Pact for the disloyal. Redbeard lost track of his purpose. He couldn't tell who a true threat to the Pact is. I am correcting his errors and finding those who keep the Pact from coming together. Where do you look for the disloyal? Everywhere. Armies, governments, business. I am focused on those fanatics who would make Pact states fight each other. This nonsense about the Pact fighting over little bits of land over old grudges has to stop. How are you different from Redbeard? I am more careful. I worry about what is best for the Pact, not about my own pride and delicate feelings. Also, we can't remove anyone on Hanvar's council anymore. That is the main thing Protoss gave up. They are now above us. But what if someone in Hanvar's council really is hurting the Pact? The members of the council are chosen by the 5 nations of the Pact. If one of them is a traitor, we just have to trust that their nation removes them. We can't remove them ourselves. Are you sure traitors will be removed? I mean, removed how is kind of obvious, right? Well, let's ask anyway. Redbeard removed them with jailing and execution. Life was hard for anyone he suspected of disloyalty. Life was hard and short. Right, that doesn't answer how they would be removed these days. Although I would assume that the measures would not be all that different. Are you sure traitors will be removed? I don't know. It's a new system. We're still working on it. Right now, we're just focused on winning the war. Well, sure. That's fair enough and all. I need access to Redbeard's tower. Oh, I wasn't aware that I didn't have access to it. But yeah, sure. Hardhana says, really? Why? You show him the letter. Him? Shouldn't that be her? I'm worried about this, but Protoss told me to help you. The stairs are in the south end of this floor. I will have the gate open for you. Be careful, though. I've heard that Redbeard placed defenses up there. We haven't the warriors to spare to clean them out yet. Right. Well, that was a fortunate coincidence that I decided to talk to her. And also, oh, what are these staircases? This is all new. Portal, stairways down, yeah. No kidding. Avadon main floor access. Huh. Oh, that leads here. Interesting. Nearby gate opens. Yay. Why? I could have come here before. Yeah, in fact, I've been here before. Okay. Center tower access. Huh. I'm not sure what was in that room from the previous games. Also, where's this lead then? Oh, all the way... Wait. Down here? What is this place? Oh. Okay. Huh. Interesting. So this is definitely all new. Doesn't seem to serve any obvious purpose, but it's there. This portal looks like the Kva. Okay, when you get close to it, you start to feel very sick. Right, something's holding me back, which is probably for the better. Oh, this just opens. Oh yeah, I think there used to be a sort of treasure chamber here before. Huh, interestingly, they seem to be okay with me taking this stuff. So obviously I will. Weights, nope, no thank you. Sage's Rod is terrible, but I can sell it. There's also this. Huh. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't mind. Right, and this is the upstairs library. With a nameless librarian, two nameless librarians. Oh, there's also a lore pedestal that I almost missed. Actually, there are two. About Hoglanda and Calendario. So, usual drill. If you're interested, pause the video and read. Here's Calendario. Alrighty, so this should be some guards' quarters. Oh. Are these the stairs up? Oh yeah. Why did I think it was up here? Of course I'm going to check out the entirety of this floor. Petitioner Geno. Yeah. Hello. A stern-faced woman meditates while standing. She's wearing a pristine black robe, as we can clearly see, with a purple sash. It's almost the other way around, but oh well. When you approach, her eyes snap open and lock on you. She bows. I am Petitioner Geno of Hoglanda. She looks disappointed by what she sees. And you are a hand, not useful. Excuse me? For not being more useful? What? Why do you say I'm not useful to you? A hand cannot help me with the favor I seek. I need at least an eye. A heart would do, preferably the keeper himself. Okay. Why are you not with the other petitioners? Probably because she needed some silence to meditate in, or something. What does the title petitioner mean, anyway? The obvious. I am seeking a favor from Acting Keeper Protus, or a heart, or, if I must, an eye. A hand cannot get what I ask. What I seek, whatever. Okay, tell me more about Hoglanda? She seems unsurprised by your interest. We prefer not to speak about ourselves. You point out that you did not ask about her, but rather her home. Most just want to talk to me of their love of Shadow Walker tales, or make comments about our clothes. She smoothes out her robes and sash. I come from the village among the leaves. Our name derives from our love of landscaping and plentiful forests. I miss my village, but I'm here on their behalf. I seek a favor from the keeper. What favor do you seek? We heard our conflict with Calendario over the Baraza woods will soon be ended. The woods will be split between us. You've heard the same. The pact has had enough and will be imposing a solution on the conflict. My family owns large tracts of forest near the border. We lease them to loggers who thin the forests, harvesting only those trees that can be spared. This method preserves forests for future generations, but requires very large swaths of land to be profitable. Okay. What do you think of the solution for the fight? I think that any who oppose it are assassinated by Avadon. It is your elegant way to make sure none oppose the peace. But I approve. It was madness for us to fight each other when the Farlands were planning to destroy us. I'm not hearing what you want. I seek to expand our land holdings into the Baraza Woods. They contain virgin forests, with old-grown trees ripe for harvest. You notice her hand rests on a bulging coin purse on her hip. Exactly how will a bribe to Avadon get you lands in the Baraza Woods split? She shakes her head with disappointment. The logic should be obvious. You tell her it is not. She takes pity on you. The splitting of the Baraza Woods will be based on a map and report made here. I seek an eye, heart, or even the Keeper to recommend that my family get preferential consideration when those woods are partitioned to be sold. Of course, I am more than willing to pay for their time and careful consideration in this matter. She rests her hand on her coin purse. That all seems reasonable. I mean, yeah, realistically it is, and it's not directly hurting anyone, I suppose. It is immoral, I suppose, as well. I don't know. Between these two, I don't like her, so bribing an Avadon official is immoral. Her eyes narrow on you. The Baraza Woods will be sold off regardless. Why not to my family? We'll preserve those forests mostly as we have our other lands. Otherwise, who knows what will happen to the woods. Excuse me, I'm done speaking with someone who cannot help me. Right. As am I. Wait, that's a drake skin, right? Oh, it is. Huh. But that is considered not mine. But I guess for future reference I know it's there. Of course, I will probably not remember that I saw it lying around there. Maybe I will though. Who knows? Alright. This is the Keeper's private training room, I suppose, and this is where the end game of the previous game, or even the previous two games, took place. Right, the final confrontation with Redbeard. I mean, not in this room, but in this one. Take all that stuff. There used to be hidden switches on this wall. Doesn't seem to serve any particular purpose right now. Okay, well, with that we are going to actually go ahead and enter the Keeper's Tower, or Redbeard's chamber. I guess we are already in the Keeper's Tower. And we're going to fetch a bottle of Redbeard's youth elixir, or whatever. You ascend into Redbeard's Tower. For decades, it has been the sacred sanctum of the mighty Keeper of Avadon. Almost nobody in Linnaeus has ever stepped into this most secret of places, rather. The first floor is some sort of laboratory or battle hall. There are 6 magic circles ringing the room. A platform for dueling is in the center of the hall. Everything is dusty. Protoss hasn't been up here. You are unsure what this hall is for. For all you know, Redbeard summons monsters and kills them as a hobby. Right, we have actually been here in the previous game and found... yeah, what was it? Wasn't it some sort of fountain on the top floor that produced some kind of liquid that when we actually drank it, despite the game's warning, ended up killing us? Maybe. Blessed sandals. Why are they so valuable? Despite being pretty bad. This is all just non-magical equipment. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, there is at least one enemy here. Oh, at least two enemies. 3. The second floor of the tower is bizarre. The floor is basalt. Basalt? Basalt. Deep troughs. Oh god, all these words. Deep troughs in the stone are full of magma. It is excruciatingly hot. Mist and smoke cuts visibility, but you can see a large stone basin on a platform in the middle of the chamber. You can also see hunched figures wandering through the smoke and soot. This floor has guards. Yes, in fact, I'm already in combat with one. One of the Guardian Infernals gets close to you. Close enough for me to hit it. It sniffs at you and snarls. Your presence confuses it. It grumbles, "You marked." It is not attack. It wants to attack, to eat. It eats weak things. It wants to see it. See you are not weak. And then it lunges at you. Well, you have managed to club the Infernal into submission. It cowers and moans. It sees the meat is strong. The meat can pass. It shows it is worthy. Then the Infernal turns, eager to prove its value by fending off any other rebellious Infernals. Okay. Tamed Infernal, that's interesting. Certainly not what I expected. Okay, let's end combat. Huh. Cool. I wonder if my Infernal regenerates hit points in the meantime. Also, it's not moving, which is... oh, nope. It is moving, and it did regenerate some hit points. Well, can't reach those guys. But I can get closer. Attack. Yeah, unfortunately, their spitting fire back and forth is not going to do much either way. Huh. So... oh, I was going to say. So it's going to be the same with all of these. They turn into pets. I mean, it's not necessary. I could just as easily finish them off and actually gain some experience for them. But... it's what it is. Also, I'm seeing those stairs up there. I'm not sure if I was able to climb higher in this tower previously. Definitely can't remember off the top of my head. Oh nice, I actually killed one. I can't remember off the top of my head what is even higher up. What are these portals? Redbeard has several private portals. He could use them to travel to... actually, you aren't sure. Every aspect of the Keeper's private life is a total secret. The portal is dim. It doesn't have the power to carry you away. And there's this basin in the middle of the room. The closer you get to the pool in the stone basin, the stronger your desire to drink from it. You stumble to the edge and put your hands on the sides. As you prepare to plunge your head in, you notice words on the side. For the sustenance of the Keeper. Yeah, just for fun, I'm going to drink. And I guess I'm dead. You plunge your head into Redbeard's basin and drink deep. The water is amazing, it's cool and fresh, and it is infused with power. There is a powerful enchantment on the basin that you have not been prepared to receive. The water burns in your stomach, releasing its power. You can't withstand Redbeard's magic. You wither away from the inside out and die writhing on the basalt floor. And I am dead. But that's why I saved. Okay, so unfortunately not a youth elixir. At least not one that I can stomach. Quite literally. Well, sure. Let's climb on up. No, I think I actually have been here. Yeah. Why was I here in the first place? In the second game? Don't quite remember. At last you are in Redbeard's private chambers. They are as beautiful and opulent as you'd expect, though everything is a bit dusty. Windows provide a glorious view of the icy mountains surrounding Avadon. There are guards on this floor too. Stone sentinels lurch around looking for intruders. One of them senses you and turns toward you. Then, as you draw your weapon, it stops. You watch with relief as it turns and lumbers away. Somehow it sensed that you are supposed to be here. Yeah, I'm actually a bit disappointed. I was expecting to be allowed to fight some more on the way up here, but alas, no such luck. Maybe if I try to steal something, although probably not. This is a junk box. It's full of tools, nails, cutlery, and other odds and ends. You find some scrolls, a broken comb, some pipes and other mundane items, nothing of real value. You sort through the junk, looking for a bit of Redbeard's hair. There isn't any, not even a strand. Not too surprising. At the bottom of the box you do find a ceramic flask. You open it and find that it's full of sticky medicinal goo. This must be the flask he described in his letter. You take it. Okay, so no hair. This box is full of his personal effects. There's clothing, toiletries, and other junk. Even a few pots of makeup. Redbeard left most of it behind when he fled Avadon. There's nothing of value. You sort through the box looking for a bit of Redbeard's hair. There isn't any, not even a strand, even on the combs. Interesting. He seems to have taken pains to not leave any hair behind. Probably because he knows all too well that I just pressed the wrong button. No, he knows all too well how powerful, how much power over a person that gives people, I don't know, mages and, well, I guess mainly mages. Well, at the very least I can rub him blind. There's another comb without any hair. Shield and another vase. That's actually kind of disappointing. How am I supposed to get some of his hair now? I guess I'll have to actually take that from him. As you leave Redbeard's quarters, you check the scroll he gave you. It has changed. A final line has appeared at the bottom of the sheet. Portal is south of audience hall. Go it, find me, hurry, I need... That's all it says. Redbeard's handwriting gets kind of wild at the end, and then the writing lurches off of the edge of the sheet. Okay, portal south of audience hall. Oh yeah, of course, that one. So not the ones in this tower, but the further down. Actually, there is this barrel that I forgot to check that had nothing but junk in it. You return with great regret to the lava floor. All of the infernals are gone. Instead, someone is waiting for you. You can see a familiar figure waiting for you by the basin in the middle of the chamber. Can I now? Protoss. Huh. So now are we going to talk about this whole nonsense? Of course, just as we're nearing the end of the episode. But oh well. Let's get this over with. I was going to come talk to you, Protoss, but oh well. Acting Keeper Protoss is standing in the middle of this hall. The sweltering heat doesn't bother him. He barely seems to notice. He is standing next to a basin full of steaming red goo. Also, is that the stuff that I was supposed to get a flask of? When you approach, he says, "Well, Ayali, I suspect your stay with us is coming to an end." He leans against the vat. "I wanted to speak with you one more time. I just have a few questions." What is that vat? Some of Redbeard's magic, restorative magic, helped him to stay alive and functional well past his years. He's been away from it for a while. That is probably having an effect. I wouldn't touch it. It is enchanted to only help Redbeard. I plan to have it destroyed soon. Ask what you need to. Well, I'm new in this post, and I confess that I can still be insecure. You have seen Avadon with fresh eyes, and you have good judgment. What do you think of the Black Fortress? Avadon is a remarkable place. Yes, it is the mightiest fortress in Linnaeus, and the most beautiful. I don't know. On the inside it's a bit rough. But it's getting there, I guess. We are very lucky to have it. It is a great honor. He watches you silently. You wait for him to speak, but he doesn't. He doesn't move either. He just watches. Your interrogation isn't done. What else do you want to know? He leaves the vat and takes a few steps toward you. Then he lifts the necklace, symbol of his mighty position. This means that for now I am keeper. You can return to Redbeard. It took some thought, but I decided to allow it. Before you go, I want you to speak freely. I am not Redbeard. I will not punish you for honesty. Anything you want to say to me? You've done more for Avadon than Redbeard did? In a way, I guess that's true. Although Redbeard, I'm pretty sure, despite what Redbeard might have done wrong, I'm pretty sure that he did everything he did for the better, for the good of Avadon, or at least he thought so. But still, I definitely prefer Protoss's more subtle methods. I must still be loyal to Redbeard? No. I wish I could serve here. Yes, in fact. Better here than keep doing this weird half undercover work for Redbeard. And Duran asked for my help. I don't think he needs to know that. Aren't you afraid that Redbeard will kill you? Most of these are actually quite valid. Well, I guess I'll start from the top and see how far the game lets me go with this. You have done more for Avadon than Redbeard did. Redbeard was a great leader once. We should still honor him. Still be grateful. Don't forget that. That said, you are right. For now, I am what Avadon needs. I wish I could serve here. Someday you will. I could use you, Ayali, not just as a hand. You might have potential as a heart. You could be one of the most powerful people in Linnaeus one day. Remember that. Huh. Is he just trying to buy me here? I don't know if he's actually honest. But how can you ever be sure with politicians? Envoy Duran asked for my help. I mean, yeah, sure. Protoss laughs. The hair thing, right? She wants some of his hair. She also asked me to help with that. It is a peculiar bit of old magic to try to draw from. Help her. Don't help her. It is of no concern to me. Yeah, I suspect that it's not going to work out anyway. So, aren't you afraid that Redbeard will kill you? Of course. He is powerful and full of tricks. He also hates me. He would kill me in a moment if he could. That is the way of tyrants. I'm not afraid. He will not scare me, the old bully. I know I am doing good. I'm doing more to end the war than you are. Why would I say something like that in his face? Especially since I'm not sure it's actually true. I mean, yes, I am doing all that is in my power to end the war, or help towards that end, but I am really only just a single hand out in the field. I can only do as much, and I can only do so much. While he certainly has way more power in every single regard. So I guess that's all I have to say. And I only have one last bit of business. It regards an item that you moments ago removed from Redbeard's chambers. What? The flask, full of medicine to revive Redbeard. It is in your pack now, yes? Yes, I have it. Good. He hopes it will remove the taint of the corruption. It won't, but it will make him functional again. He produces from his pocket a tiny pouch. From this, he takes a pinch of herbs. Even in this smoky, sulphurous chamber, the bitter medicinal smell of the green mixture makes you wince. Please let me put this in the flask. Ah, now we're talking. What will the herb do? Very little. It will cause his powers to waver. He will still be able to command and defend himself. However, it will limit his more powerful magic. He is too dangerous to have full use of his power. Is that all? I'm not sure I believe you. That doesn't matter. The Keeper of Avadon has given you a command. You will submit. I never said I didn't. Or I wouldn't. Won't Redbeard detect it? No, he is not omniscient. Omniscient? Is that how you pronounce that? Probably not. Whatever. And Avadon's alchemists are the best in the known world. Do what you need to. Protus takes the flask and unstoppers it. He drops the herb in, replaces the cork, and gives the thing a good shake. That was easy. I could have done that. Then he returns it to you. I give you leave to depart Avadon. I suspect the portal south of my audience hall will take you where you need to go. With those words, the gate to the north slowly opens. Goodbye, Protus. Goodbye, Ayali. And that was another achievement, apparently. The Black Fortress. I doubt we're done with this place for good, though. Or are we? Actually, who knows? Goodbye, Ayali. It really was a pleasure. I hope when we meet again, you are not my enemy. Why would I? I haven't been your enemy so far. But who knows? He turns and walks toward the exit. And he's actually already gone. Okay. Well, that... I didn't expect that, although it's all that I could have hoped for, and more, possibly. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have minded, or I wouldn't mind if whatever he's done to the mixture is actually going to end up killing Redbeard. Period, or, you know, doing much more than just slightly hindering his magical abilities or whatever. But we'll see. Also, this episode kind of has to end, so that's exactly what's going to happen. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and I shall see you real soon. Bye bye.